Hey everybody, how y'all
Oh
doing?
my God, look, my arms are flappy.
Oh, don't show me that. Jeez.
That's what happens when you lose a lot of weight.
Good for you.
Yes.
Oh, good for you. Hi, my name is...
I am tuning my grand piano.
Right.
We have founders, this is Jim.
And Dave.
Beer review. By the way.
Thank you for joining us, in case you're wondering what these two a-holes are doing on your screen.
Yes.
Dave!
Do that to me every time, the first one.
I'm projecting that way. It's not bouncing back, is it?
It is in my earlobe now, going through my brain and out the other way right now.
Well, it should be a short trip. So, what's on tap for this beer review? You left me wide open. What am I going to do? It's just like, hey, look, here's a...
Oh, you're right. You're right. You are wide open.
Yeah.
Wide open.
When I sit around the beer review, I sit around the beer review.
It's like, yeah.
All right, now we've both been insulted for some reason or another. Mine with my weight, you with your lack of brains. Not to say that you have lack of brains. You're actually very,
Not
very
to
smart.
say that you're not wide.
Not to say that I'm smarter than you, because I'm not.
Yeah.
That's why I count things like IQ, but we're not going to get into that.
Let's not do all that now, because we know what's going to
happen. All right, so where were we? Oh, yeah, I'm
yes,
right Dave! What's on tap for this beer review?
Doing that.
Sorry.
Yeah, Jesus.
I have a certain rhythm
We've
I
gone
like
through
to
a
have.
whole minute now. We haven't said anything but
Dave?
Yes, we have Founders Brewing Companies.
Founders, yes.
DKML.
DKML.
What does that stand for, Jim?
My understanding, it stands for Dick Kicker Malt Liquor, which liquor and Dick in the same name is kind of weird.
Why would you want to dick her lick?
Well,
liquor
will you
dick.
please not say that? I don't like Dick coming out of your mouth. I could have phrased that
again.
better.
We're 2 minutes now into the show. We haven't talked about beer at all.
Tell us the story. Why is it called that?
Okay, here you have what could be the first malt liquor worth of a glass.
Worthy of a glass.
It's worthy of a glass. Typically a slightly style. I can't still even read what this glass is on.
All right, give it to me.
We thought we would class it up with a, say, in the woods and a healthy
Healthy dose.
It says, oh my God, my eyes are still screwed up, even with this on.
Well, those glasses are what, $2.99? What do you expect?
Well, it looks better when I'm reading.
You gotta get those bifocals so you can see far away and see close up.
C and L look like a D.
Reverse.
Anyway, a huge hit of corn gives this one a smooth sweetness, while its time spent aging in bourbon barrels will give you reason to share. Be warned, this one's a pry off, not a twist off.
Okay.
Is it a pry off, not a twist off?
I pried it off.
With your fingers?
Yes. My fingers that were holding a bottle opener.
By the way, the ABV is 14.2.
That's pretty high.
That's a lot high.
Very high.
That's a whole lot of. I hope that's good too, because I want to drink a whole lot.
Now, I remember once on Google
Play
Chat or something,
You Google Chat?
well, with our friend Ron down at Louisiana Beer Reviews, he was
Your
holding...
friend, not my friend. I don't know who the guy is.
Well, your friend by proxy.
Proxy?
Yes.
Oh.
And we talked about it, and it was like a regular cheap malt liquor, and I was just like, wow, I haven't had a malt liquor in however long. So, now usually Dave and I give people a hard time unless it's a cream ale or something meant, and
Usually,
maybe even some of the big beers, like Yingling, we were saying, well, it's got corn in it, but people say, well, you can't really have a good lager without corn these days because of price. So,
usually malt liquor is something you sit on the stoop in our place called Norristown, PA, with the bottle inside a paper bag. You drink it with, you take the bag and you go down to the very
and police
nose of
officers
the
come up
bottle.
with, is that alcohol? No, it's paper bag. Okay, move along.
You sit on the stoop, meaning
or your porch.
Your porch, the steps leading up to your row house.
Right. Nothing wrong with that. Malt liquor is I read a little story.
Cold 45.
Right.
Remember?
I read a story
Billy
about
Billy.
malt liquor. It said that there was some guy who was trying to find a way to put more alcohol into beer because people were saying we want more alcohol, and somehow he cheated nature and managed to do it. I don't know what the process is myself, but All right, so forget about that. All right, let's give a little look at the color. It is your typical golden color. It seems to have the amount of carbonation you might expect of any standard macro beer. Obviously, it's a little darker than macro beer.
Take that off.
Not much of a smell, though. A bit of a sweetie smell. Bit of a corn flavor. It's got that malt liquor. Do I get it? There might be a hint of vanilla from the bourbon barrels. Now, the first question I came up when I heard about this is malt liquor worth putting into a bourbon barrel? I mean, I love my bourbon barrel stouts, so I'm sort of protective about it, I suppose. I don't know why, but I've had a coffee stout that was aged in bourbon barrels. I'm like, there's so much coffee flavor. Why did you bother with the bourbon barrels?
I'd rather have something like that, I think, than this, because, well, I just like my darker beers.
Sure. Well, we all have our preferences, but here at the Jimm and Dave Beer Review, we will try all styles and all variations all the time.
Except for the grapefruit beers, more or less, and the sour beers are more or less things I do not like, but still do try them once in a while, even though I can't.
Once in a while, you've had a sour or two that you thought were okay.
There are sour beers that have not been that bad, Weyerbacher being one of them. They had a
Weyerbacher usually does it
sexy
right.
mother pucker that was not that bad.
Yeah, see, there you go. All
And
right.
the Changos.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Hello, alcohol. Almost a candy likeness there. Wow, it's impactful. I do get the bourbon barrel. There's a little bit of the sweetness there, the vanilla-ish, if you will. Definitely an overall sweetness. Now, whether that's from the vanilla or from the corn, it's hard to tell. But yeah, woof, big impact there. Still a malt liquor. It's more like Billy D. Williams says, this is what I'm really buying because I got a lot of money.
Not a fan.
It's interesting. I don't know if I'm going to run out and say, oh, I can't wait to have that again.
Not a fan.
I think my initial impression was correct that, yeah, it's kind of nice it was aged in bourbon barrels. I don't think it needed to be because I think bourbon barrels are probably better used for other things. It's a nice change of pace. It's kind of, fun to try. The alcohol certainly is going to be like,
I don't taste the alcohol.
I definitely get some heat on the back end. I feel warm in my throat right now.
I don't taste the alcohol. I don't like it that well. I'm kind of debating.
Well, yeah, it's one of those, what, do I like it? Do I not like it? And usually if you have to say
probably
that.
paid a pretty penny for this, didn't you?
I think this was
You only
11?
11? Well, at least you didn't pay as much for the other. That's from the other one you paid for.
Yeah, I mean, malt liquor is historically cheap. And
Yeah, you
high
just
alcohol.
like $3 a bottle.
Yeah, right. Now this is
Or maybe
obviously
40.
high-end cheap beer.
High-end cheap beer. Oxymoron. I'd like some jumbo shrimp, please.
Really? Yes. Can I have a petite steak? It's just like, what? So it's like when you go to Burger King and you order a small drink, it's like this high. It's like a large
I don't
was
like
in
to turn away
1972.
high alcohol beers. I don't like the flavor. I don't like the fact that it's been wasted in bourbon barrels. Bourbon barrels could have been used on darker beers.
Well, the bourbon barrel flavor is probably the only thing I like about it.
I give this a 5, man.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna drink it because it's got a high alcohol beer in it. But
It's got high alcoholic beer in it.
but the but that's it. I give it a 5. I'm let down. Founders usually have really good stuff, but I'm let down.
Well,
I mean, you have Founders Breakfast Stout. You have Founders. What was that stuff we had? That was $25 a bottle.
Lizard of Cos.
That and the other one.
They have many I like.
What was that other one we had? The dark beer.
It was probably an Imperial Stout.
It was $25 a bottle. You had me get it. We tried it, and we had to get it again because we messed up the review.
Oh, remember that part? Don't remember what it was. Doesn't matter.
Anyway.
Go ahead.
Anyway, I like Founders beers a lot. Every once in a while it's like Weyerbacher. Once in a while Weyerbacher is messed up too.
Well, I think they were just aiming for a different market. Weyerbacher, I think, is trying to get into the more drinkable beers that aren't big beers, which is
sissy beers, girl beers.
Which is unfortunate because I think big beers are what they do best, and they're trying to expand their market, and I get that.
Well, do what you do best and bring high alcoholic beers.
Didn't Dave already?
No.
I think this is okay.
I'll drink it, and I'll drink it again, but I'm not going to buy it, and I won't give it a high score. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just my honest... This is just a true American speaking his mind.
So you give it 5 out of 10.
Yeah, that's it.
I like the Bourbon Barrel. I think I'm going to at least give it a 6 out of 10, maybe a 6.5. It's kind of fun. It's not as malt liquor as you might think. There's definitely...
No, it's malt licorice. It's malt licorice as you think.
Well, I mean... For some reason this time, I actually did taste this before. Fair warning, no. Full disclosure. I thought it was more, I got less of the Bourbon Barrel and more of the corn.
Did you have it out of a bottle or did you have it out of a...
It was a tasting.
Oh.
And that time I thought it was more corn, less of the Bourbon Barrel. This time I'm getting more of the Bourbon Barrel. So I don't know why that is, but that's just my impression. So... Yeah, I'm going to go with 6.5. It's fun. Maybe the other half there, that 6 is the alcohol. I appreciate high alcohol. I like sipping beers. I don't know if me and him drinking this sitting here counts as sipping, but there we have it. So
I could go for it.
If you like malt liquor, now I'd be really interested to see somebody who drinks nothing but malt liquor for whatever reason try this.
Let's go hang out down Norristown. You see somebody down the corner.
Yeah. So you see somebody buy a Colt 45. Hey. Try this.
I'll tell you, I like my beers.
How y'all doing?
I like them a lot.
It's a Bourbon Barrel. What you doing with that Bourbon Barrel in there? You don't need no goddamn Bourbon Barrel. You just drink goddamn beer. What's up with you?
Man's drink, man. I tell you, it's rich man's drink.
Nothing wrong with that. So there you have it. 5 from Dave, 6.5 from me. I thought when I first tried, I gave it a 7, but for some reason, I'm just not feeling it tonight. You think I'd give it a higher score with the? It's knocking on a 7. Put it that way, but. It's
barely not going a 5 from me.
Yeah,
I almost gave this away.
It's fun. It's kind of a fun beer to drink. It's just like, hey, but when you're expecting something from Founders has set the bar really high for flavor, and this
Founders, Goose Island, Weyerbacher, they're all top tier type beer.
High tier, yeah,
top tier guys.
And you can age it in bourbon barrels, but it is still malt liquor. Love the high ABV, but still malt liquor. So there you have it. That's about all I have to say about that.
You should give up this.
That's all I got to say about that.
You should give up this series. Just take it off. You're wasting your time.
Yeah, or blend it with something. Who knows? Maybe this would be an interesting one to blend with something else.
Give this to the poor.
Yeah. All right, so there you have it. Thank you very much for watching. Hey, we like to always tell people, we believe in drinking responsibly on the Jimm and Dave Beer Review. And so I like to tell people the Surgeon General's warning that comes on a lot of bottles, which is to say that women who are pregnant should not drink alcoholic beverages due to the risk of birth defects. You should not drink and drive. You should not operate heavy machinery if you're under the influence of alcohol. And of course, too much drinking can cause health problems. And the reason we try these different beers is we believe that you should drink great beers.
And have a good time and a good laugh.
With your friends. And you're our friends, so subscribe to our channel. Give us a thumbs up or thumbs down below. And comment. See what you think. And check us out on Twitter. Jimmret, Jimmret.
Colt 31.
KULL 31.
Yes.
That's a 3 and a 1. That's spelled out.
Yes.
Thank you very much, everybody. Catch you on the flip side.
Yes. Goodbye, everybody.